This season recap is probably going to be the best yet, but not because of what we won, but because of the most outrageous signing that we managed to get. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm Matt, and coming up on today's video, we're going to show you a recap of last season, our success, our failures, is there any? And also some immense transfer business. Honestly, one of these signings, you just won't believe it. Okay, so first and foremost, our league campaign last year, clearly we won it again at a canter by 7 points. Initially, so this is the first part of our league. So again, as in Gibraltar, as you may or may not know already, you play 20 league games. So you play everybody twice, and the top 6 break away into what's called the Championship group. And it's in that Championship group we went on to play a further 5 games, and we ended up dominating, as you can see, finishing the league 8 points clear, 106 goals scored, but most importantly, not a single game dropped. Only drawing 2 all season, losing the big donut 0, and what is a majorly successful league campaign for Man 62. What a year, right? However, it gets better. That's right, we enjoyed another successful Rock Cup final win, whereby, honestly, I mean, look at the state of some of the form that's going on here. Victor Soko, I can't say his name, but this guy, right, scored a hat-trick in the cup final. We're going to play through some highlights here while I talk about his season so far, but Victor was the best forward in the entirety of the league, obviously without a doubt. He finished on maybe 38 goals, I'll show you in a moment. This is the highlight reel of the final where he scored a hat-trick. This Rock Cup final was an absolute breeze, by the way. This fella, Owusu, we tried to get him again this year. He was on loan from Inter. I played him as a right winger, but also up top when Victor was injured. He was incredible, scoring headers from the right wing, cutting inside and scoring, being brilliant up top. However, right, he has gone on a free this year. I have tried to sign him on a free, and spoiler alert, we didn't get him because he wanted too much money. But he isn't the best bit of business that we may have done this year. If we would have got him, by the way, we didn't. We've definitely got a better player, and you'll see it shortly. But again, Chiesi, another left winger that played brilliant for us this season. You're just seeing a fabulous hat-trick play out here. We had this game wrapped up, as you can see, by the 50-odd minute, and not much happened afterwards, other than the fact that, you know, I think, was that their keeper? I think he was. Their keeper got injured in the 42nd. I could have gone, right, shoot on sight, everyone, but a bit harsh at that point. We were already, 4-0 up. So, anyway, we won the double. Not the treble like last year, but let's not count the Pepe Reyes trophy, right? It's practically the Charity Shield, and we don't count it in England as a trophy, so let's not worry about it in Gibraltar, right? We got some big results this year, and as you can see, this one's the best one we had yet. 11-0 away at College 75. Let's be really honest, they're crap anyway. They finished bottom of the entire league campaign, but you've got to take your chances. And this one, I think the second game of the season, actually, was it? Where is that 11-0 win? Yeah, second league game of the season. Third league game, sorry. Second. I tell a lie because it is the Conference League face there. Second league game of the season, 11-0. Beautiful that. Now, as you can see here, the Champions League, we did okay. We got past the first qualifying phase convincingly against Trepka 89, whereby, you know, we dominated with a 7-0 win. Made easy work of that. So I thought, oh, brilliant. Second leg in, we won comfortably 4-1 away from home as well, dominating both of these games. And then we came up against Legia Warsaw, who first leg got a 1-1 draw, and I'm thinking, okay, this could be all right. We did then go away from home and lost 2-1. It's a shame. It is a shame, but there is a but here. I am into the new season so far, and let me give you a little bit of a carrot dangler. The Champions League campaign this season is far better, but you'll check my next video for that, right? Just want to use this moment to say thank you for watching so far and liking the videos. I really appreciate it. If you can, and you've got this point in the video, subscribe and like and comment, share, do whatever you can to get engagement on this to help push my videos further. I am going to start getting really deep into some educational and tips, hints and tips about FM24 and into 25 soon. So please follow along for the ride. Well, out of the Champions League and into the Europa League, and we took, as you can see here, look at these results. We pasted Mura in this third qualifying round first leg for the Europa League proper, 3-0, with another Victor hat-trick. However, In the second leg, we got pumped 4-0. We were out. So far, we've played in every European competition, which is a shame. And from that, we ended up going straight to the fourth qualifying round for the Conference League proper, where we did end up getting past Buduknost 4-2 on aggregate over 2 legs. Convincing 2-0 away win. Another victor goal. That's becoming a theme of the season. Sorry, but it is. And a 2-each draw at home, whereby we conceded that 94th minute equaliser from them. Still, we went through on the tie, and now we're in the Conference League proper. As you can see from the form, I won't go through all of the games, but we only won one Conference League game this year against Ararat Armenia, which we would have done anyway. They're a poor team in comparison to ours. We did have quite a tough draw, right? So we had Viborg, Lugano, Rangers, Bratislava, and Trabzonspor. We were pretty much in that Trabzonspor game as well, to be fair. We just got done with 2 goals, which, one was a pen, one was late on. We did okay. Clearly, we liked collecting cards in that game. 6 totted up in total, which was far from ideal, so we're on edge for a lot of it. But still, that was a shame. We didn't manage to get to that second playoff round to try and get a spot in the rest of the Conference League for the playoff part, the knockouts. We didn't get to that this year. But you know what? We did help the coefficients, though. This run may have knocked us up some places. And because of our form we played in all 3 European competitions this year, right? Which is some sort of a record, I think. Anyhow, we did that, and now we've gone up from 41st to 39th in the coefficients table, which is brilliant. But I'm telling you, our form this year in Europe so far this season is definitely going to peak them numbers even further. So stay tuned for that next video. Okay, so you've seen the European form. It did go better the year ahead, but we'll see that. That's for another video, right? Let's have a look at some of the transfers that we've done this year that has obviously helped this year's progress. Honestly, we've got an absolute baller as well coming in, so let's take a look. Straight off the bat, look, there's a load of signings. I made an abundance of loans and free transfers and so on and so forth. I won't show you them all. I'll show you the key ones. The reason being, I'm also going to show you some of the ones that I've brought in for the season ahead that have led to our really good start. But first and foremost, you've seen Owusu in play already because he scored a couple of goals in the Rock Cup final highlights that I've shared with you. This guy played attacking midfield, right winger, whatever, and forward as well for us. Overall, in totality, scored. I can't even speak today. Played 6 times. Says he scored no goals. In fact, look at that. He says he scored no goals, but he definitely scored in the cup. I'm an idiot. Can you believe what I've just done? I'm actually looking at that form and not this one, because last year he did score for us loads. He scored 11 times, in fact, across 14 games. I had played this game for such a long time and I can't believe I've just done that. Anyhow, I'm going to leave that in because we're all human. So he was class, by the way, for the short amount I got him. I got him in January, I think, from memory. So he was a brilliant signing for us. I'm hoping you can't see the big name on there. You can't, which is good. I've not spoiled the surprise yet. We had this guy on loan from SEP Reserves, Palmeiras basically, and he was really solid for us. I'm keeping tabs on him actually. I know he's signed a new contract recently, but 825 quid a week for his current ability. He was so good. He wouldn't want to sign on for another year, but that's okay because I may have managed to replace him. That said, sad to see him go. He played really well for us, actually. 17 games, 2 goals, 5 assists, a good average match rating. Really helps us just lock in that last half of the season, and overall played really well for us. This guy, Wellington Alves, a 20-year-old centre-back from Chelsea, 6'2", jumping reach of 16. He can probably head the moon. He was solid for us. Again, second half of the season, really. Mainly 21 games played for us in total, scoring 3 goals. I think he scored 2 of them in one game, actually. But he was a solid footballer at centre-back. I did try and get him again for another season. Didn't quite work out, but honestly, if you are in a save right now, in fact, he won't be in here because he's a regen, so I was going to say sign him. You won't be able to. He was class, though. If Chelsea bring through players like this in their reserves, it's always worth going sniffing around. Honestly, one of the better centre-backs I've had so far in this game. This guy was our second best signing of last season, João Lopez on loan from Sporting. Again, I did try to get him for another season ahead, but he wouldn't join us. He was exceptional. He was our advanced playmaker come attacking midfielder in the number 10 space, playing 16 times in the league, 20 times in total with 6 odd appearances, scoring 9 goals. The average rating was on fire. He was so good. Actually, he's our first ever, I think my first ever gay player in FM as well. He came out in mid-season. João Lopez came out as a gay footballer, which is great. The first one I've ever had on FM. But honestly, he was just class. I'd love to get a player like this in my team permanently. I think I may have signed one. We'll have a look in a minute. Who knows? Let's move on. Next up, we've got Thomas Burdick. He came on a free transfer, albeit I did pay £350,000 compensation for him because he was, at the time, of an age that I had to do that. His potential ability doesn't look like he's got much left in the tank here, but his stats so far are pretty good. I know they've highlighted him as a shadow striker there. I play him as a number 10, and in theory, his core attributes that are highlighted are very good, you know. First touch is great, long shots is good, passing's good, technique's good. He's not a world beater, but he's definitely a solid backup for, you know, a top number 10 that I could have in the squad already. So a good signing for us, I reckon. What about you? Do you think it's good? Like I said, I've got a load of players that came and went and so on and so forth, and you know I could talk all day about them, but this is the sign of the season, right? Victor, I'm going to say Sokol. I think we actually got him at the back end of last season. He didn't play any games because I think we signed him in that little window where basically end of the season, before the next season starts. Honestly, right, he has been like on fire. 29 games in total, 35 including the subs, 38 goals in total, with 6 assists and 6 player of the match. Honestly, he was he's class. He's still only 19. He's probably not got much left to develop on, to be fair. You know, we are going to try and get his finishing and dribbling up a little bit. Try and work a bit more on possibly his off-the-ball attribution and composure as well. But this guy is solid, really solid. However, there is one more signing that you would not believe that we made this year. And it's this guy. Nobody thought it was possible to get someone of this guy's stature playing in Gibraltar. And you wouldn't believe how this came about. So, Jadon Sancho was available on the free transfer shortlist that I'd kept, and I was looking around, and I thought to myself, can you imagine if you could sign for Gibraltar in a Gibraltar league? Would he do that? Well, turns out he would. So I went offered him a contract, and initially he wanted like $3,500 a week, and I thought, look, let's be fair. He's not going to come anyway. So let's play around and save ourselves some money, even if he did. So I whipped it down to $2,500 a week, as you can see. In fact, I think he's got some appearance fees in there, which are like, what? Appearance fee of $1,000. So he's getting paid $3,500 a week because he's playing most games, right? But let me tell you, what a stupidly odd signing this is. Honestly, without a heartbeat, 3 days later, he accepted the contract. People think I've used the editor to get him in. You can see I've got the editor on here, but I mean, if I was to try and search in the recruitment box now, I wonder if it's still got the inbox message in there. No. Well, look, all you got to do is drop onto my Twitch and you'll see the VODs on there, because on one of them, I actually saved it so that I can use it as receipts that I actually signed this guy legit, you know? What a player as well for a Gibraltar, you know, league team. I signed him, as you can see, on a 2-year deal. Interesting though, what he's done is yes, he's been at Manchester United for a little bit. He played 9 games over 2 years, not a lot, obviously. Left him on a free. His value, because he's come to my league, has plummeted, which is wild, which means that I'm going to struggle to sell him for anything decent in the future, I think. So we signed him right at the back of. Let's have a quick look actually. Where did we sign him? Right at the back of the end of last season. So yeah, the 16th of June, which is why he it's why he appears to be like, it's why he appears twice, because at the back end of that season, technically the season wraps up on the 30th, so the 1st of July it all starts again. That's why he's there at 0 and then come back in. So far I've not played any league games this year, but honestly, what a wild transfer. Have you ever seen any mad transfers like that in your saves? And if so, let us know about them in the comments, because I'm telling you, that one has honestly blown my mind. And lastly, our finances. Look, I'm not going to dwell on these. We're in a healthy place. We've got £10.1 million in the bank. That is probably more than the entire rest of the league combined. We've had a successful start in Europe, which you'll see in the next video. We've made some fabulous transfers for this season ahead. Again, I'm going to show you that in the next video. But for now, that was a quick rundown of what we've done this year, how we've done it, where we finished. We've had a fantastic season. You know, we got ourselves into the European places again with the league win and the Rock Cup win as well. We lost the Pepe Reyes trophy. In fact, I'm going to show you that. Just that quick highlight there, that video, not a video of the cup, but we lost that 2-0 to Lincoln. And this is what that game does to me sometimes, right? I don't know if you get this as well on FM, but when you are clearly the better team, I think sometimes it just throws in this leveler for you. And the leveler is always Lincoln for me. Even though my squad is miles ahead of these, you know, we always have a tough game against them. And it always shows through in the league, by the way, because if I go to the league title of last year, let's go back a few pages, actually. I'm going to show you what I mean by this in terms of, like, our league title triumph last year was obviously, you know, I mean, that's obviously the first part of the league, not the overall. But the point I'm trying to make is Lincoln are always close enough. I can never get the league wrapped up before the extra 5 games that we play. They're always there or thereabouts, in and around me going through a nightmare run of form to sort of throw it away. But everybody else ends up becoming miles away from Lincoln. So we are by far the 2 best teams in the league, us miles ahead of them. But I just can't seem to win that league title with 5 games to spare, so that little championship group means nothing and I can just ride it out, maybe even sim the games. However, sometimes I don't want to sim games because of this. I did go the season unbeaten, and I'm confident that when you start whacking that sim button to get through the game quicker, I'm confident that it chucks in the L every now and again. Maybe they're trying to disrupt the game, I don't know, but I've used it before. I used it many years ago on a tier 10 to Prem save, and I had so far, 32 games played in the season. I've not lost, and I simmed the last 3 games and lost one of them, and I was pissed, man. Really annoyed. And that is it for today's video. If you've liked it, please do follow, subscribe, like, comment around A, what wild transfers you've had in your saves, B, what you'd like to see next, and C, whatever you want. As long as I get some engagement, I can see more of you guys watching these videos. Next up, you're going to see a few live commentary games from our season that's in play, and then you're going to see where we are in Europe and why we might just have £10 million in the bank. You might already be able to see it already. Anyway, see you soon, and thank you.